All right, and now I'm going to talk about how to find a function in a graph. And we use something called a vertical line test. On your screen is a definition. It says the quickest way to determine whether or not a graph is considered to be a function is using the vertical line test. And I'll show you how that works. All right. So a relation is a function if there is no vertical lines that intersect any x value on the graph at any more than one point. So this black line, this linear black line here on my screen is the original line that was drawn. And then you draw these vertical lines. The red lines are the vertical lines. So when I draw this vertical red line, what I'm looking for is how many places does that red line intersect my original black line. So I'm going to follow it down and see how many times it intersects. I'm going to circle it. It intersects one place. I'm going to follow the next one down. It intersects one place. I'm going to follow the next one down, one place. I'm going to follow the next one down. It intersects one place. If my vertical lines, my red vertical lines, intersect my original black line in just one place, meaning it has one output for every one input, then that represents a function. Let me just move my webcam. Now this other one is an example of not a function. So if I follow these red vertical lines down my graph, it intersects my original black shape in two locations. That represents two outputs. Represents two outputs, two outputs. If there are more than one output for an input, that is not a function. So on this screen, it's just two examples of what a function looks like and what not a function looks like. On the next one, I'm going to show you, we'll do another one. Okay, so here's one that has not been done at all. So some people ask how many lines you have to make. It's really a judgment call. I would make more than one. I would make 2, 3 is good. You don't have to go overboard, just make a couple. So I'm going to take my pen. I'm going to make a vertical line. Just make a straight line down your paper all the way down and see how many times that line intersects the original shape. Make a different color so you guys can see it better. So I'm gonna make 2, one on each side of the y-axis, and then I'm gonna circle where they intersect the original shape. It intersects here and here. So I'm gonna follow my red line down. It intersects at one output, and this one intersects at one output. If each vertical line intersects at one output, that is a function. Let me do the next one. I'm gonna do 2 again. I'll just do this one first. Do on one side of the y-axis each. Okay. I follow my line down and circle where it intersects my original shape. Follow it down, it intersects at one place, at 2 places. That represents 2 outputs. I follow the other one down, that's 2 outputs. So each of these vertical lines represents how many times there's going to be an output. So 2 outputs is multiple outputs for the input. So that is not a function. And then I'll do the same thing on the last one. So this is just a horizontal line. So I'm going to do one on each side. They're going to intersect right here. So I just have an output right there and an output right there. So that's just one output on each line. One output on each line represents a function. Okay. So on a graph, the vertical line test, if you have one output on each of your vertical lines, that represents a function. If you have more than one output on each line, as in the middle example, that represents not a function. Okay, that's it. Thank you.